Welcome to Marketing Margaritas. This is one of the soundbite episodes where it's just a little bit of an FAQ or thinky piece, something that I want to share with you. Today it's about social proofing and why you should give a fuck. So social proofing is basically getting a third-party endorsement. And what that means is that instead of you saying, damn, I'm really good at this, it's someone else saying, damn, that person's really good at this. So it's, it kind of plays off that whole word of mouth thing that, we look for recommendations from family and friends for things, but it's also when we see reviews, etc., when we see social proofing from strangers, that can also help us to make a decision. So if you think of Amazon's a really good example where, they have quite extensive reviews, etc., for products and a rating system and all that kind of thing. And people will actually use those reviews to research products, as opposed to just going to, say, the website for the product, which you think, oh, that has all the specs and everything for it. They go and actually look at the people who've been using it and what they have to say. So that's why social proofing is so important. So different things you can do for social proofing, all the different types. So we have testimonials, and so this is a written or video statement from someone who has been a customer, so preferably a satisfied customer. We've got reviews, ratings, and recommendations. So this is basically when they're giving feedback on a particular product or service sort of thing. So while a testimonial might be like, Rebel Nation does all this awesome shit or whatever, a review on something might be, I've used the DigiCheck product and found it particularly useful, and so ratings are, giving something 5 out of 5 or 3 out of 5 or whatever, and recommendation is obviously saying I would recommend this particular person or this particular product or service. Then we have influencer endorsements. So this is not just social media influencers. This could be anybody who is influential on your target market. So for example, it could be an industry body endorsing you as a preferred supplier. So there are some industry bodies that when you're a member, they'll put you onto a member directory. And so they're basically saying, these are the suppliers that we recommend to use. That's an influencer endorsement because people are looking to that industry body as a credible authority on who is and isn't good in that particular industry. Case studies and success stories are another good example of social proofing that people sometimes forget about. So it's a real life example of how you were able to help somebody, whether it's just that you provided them with a great advantage, or maybe they were, had a particular problem or difficult situation and you were able to help them get out of that. User-generated content. So this is when people are using your stuff, and then a really easy example is someone using your stuff and then taking photos of it and posting it on their socials, preferably with hashtags related to your business as well. So, and you can, again, people think that word of mouth marketing just magically, spontaneously happens on its own. It does, sorry, I shouldn't say that it doesn't, but it actually also can be something that you help encourage and push towards. So, for example, if you had a particular actual product, a physical product that you package and send out to people, in that packaging, you may want to include something that encourages people to use your preferred hashtag, and you may even incentivize it, say, we'd love to see how you're using XYZ. Post about it on Instagram with this hashtag, and once a month we'll go in the draw to do a gift card, or we're going to share the best ones to our stories or something like that. So user-generated content is really, it's such a rich way of doing that third-party proofing if you can get it. And then there's memberships and certifications. So this is also a type of third-party endorsement. So being a member of an industry body shows that you do have some credibility, and that you're not just some sort of backyard dealer or whatever. So, for example, we're a part of the Australian Marketing Institute. So, that's basically saying that the principles and values that they espouse, that's something that we also take on board to act, with a certain level of professionalism in our industry. So my wrap-up tip today on social proofing is to be proactive about making social proofing happen. And this is what I mean, the difference between passive word of mouth, like all of our business comes through word of mouth, we don't have to do anything. That's great. If you've relied on that for a certain extent for however long, that's totally fine. There is nothing wrong with that, because word of mouth is the richest type of one of the richest types of marketing you can do. However, encouraging it, being proactive about it, is something I highly recommend, because I just don't think in business you can ever just expect shit to come to you. You have to work for what you want. You need to work for what you to get things, and to make sure that you've got a long-lasting, healthy, sustainable business. So don't just expect them to come to you. Be proactive and get that social proofing happening for your business, and you'll find it very worthwhile, I think. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me. Cheers.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Marketing and Margaritas. Find more free marketing tips, tricks and laughs at rebelnation.com.au.